So, hello everyone. Today I'm gonna talk to Paulo. He's in Germany. He's gonna talk to us about speaking English and German, of course, and about his career. How are you doing, Paulo?
Hi, Julio. Yeah, I'm fine. Really fine here. How about you?
Everything okay in Brazil? What city are you in?
I am living in Essen. It's a city in the near from Düsseldorf in Nordrhein-Westfalen here in Germany. That's the northwest part.
Yeah, I was wondering, do you sometimes mix German and English? Because you have good pronunciation in both, right? But do you sometimes mix when you're talking, or it doesn't
Yes,
happen?
yes, happens a lot.
Yeah.
More than more than often. Yeah.
I was wondering, what is it like to live in Germany, and what was the process of learning German like?
All right. So what's like to live in Germany? Yeah. Uh, for me, it was a complete upgrade. Yeah. In terms of, let's start by work-life quality balance. Yeah. So I feel like I still do work quite a lot, but I feel there's a lot of balance here in terms of you have rights to take your time off whenever you want to. If you want to take like 1 day, 2 day vacation breaks, you can also do it, and it's really flexible. And they they do it. So you see your bosses and your bosses doing this. So it's not something that you feel like you shouldn't do it. So you have your rights to take your time off, and they respect it very well. And I think it's like very good. Yeah. So another aspect that is really nice here is I think it's the public transport. Yeah, you hear a lot of German people talking bad about the Deutsche Bahn and stuff like this, like a lot of delays and stuff. Nonetheless, for me, it is still an upgrade getting to know that I can get inside the train and go like probably anywhere in the country, yeah, in a few hours, and even in some other countries, yeah. So it's like completely crazy stuff for me, yeah. Which was in Brazil, because Brazil is also huge, yeah. But yeah, I think that is also an upgrade here, yeah. And yeah, and I feel also the buying power here is different, even though you, it seems that you do not like earn like a lot more than you were earning. Yeah, you still can buy like a lot of things. You can go to the supermarket and not worry that much about how is going to be the cost of the milk or some things like this. And you also see people like actually not worrying that much about this. Uh, and also, even the terms being poor in Germany, it's completely different of the terms of being poor in Brazil, which here being poor means you still have a house, you still have something to eat like every day, and you do not like have like danger in terms of the place is safe, yeah, so you can walk at night and stuff. So yeah, in a nutshell, it's really good. Yeah.
I get it. And how important was it to learn English, even though you live in Germany? Is English important in Germany?
Yes, I would say yes. Especially for me, it was like really important to learn English. It actually it is what opened the doors for me here in Germany. Because in my current job, for instance, the main language is actually English. Even though it is a German company, the main language is English because there are many people that come from abroad, many people that do not speak German, which is also kind of difficult learn language to learn. So I would say that English was crucial. yeah, to come to Germany, English was crucial. Not even German was that crucial, but helped, yes. But yes, I would say it's pretty important, and especially for my field of work, which is tech. Uh, Everything you see courses, you see papers that come out, everything is in English. Yeah, even when you're writing code, it seems sometimes that you're writing sentences in English. So I would say it is quite crucial to get to know English, to work and be a better professional.
I see. And what sort of students are you? How do you learn better? What is the way you use to learn another language? Are you a listener? Do you like to read? Tell us about it, please.
All right. I think for me, what actually helps is I try to change the environment that surrounds me, to the actual language that I'm learning. Yeah. For instance, the my phone. Yeah. When I was learning either English or German, I used to switch the environment of something that I get to look at every day or every, I don't know, hour, yeah, which is my cell phone, for instance. And I change the system environment, the language, yeah, to German or English, which forced me to actually try to live it, yeah, instead of trying to learn it other ways and trying to stop. To actually learn it is trying to make it part of your everyday, like changing your AI assistant to that language, changing your subtitles to that language if you're like watching shows, or even turning off the subtitles and watching on the language that you're learning. Yeah, that is helping me a lot. Also in German here, for German language as well. Yeah, I'm doing this, and I feel that it actually helps. So it's not only one language. I think when it works for one language for you, it can work for other languages as well. That's pretty like a cool thing. And one of the most important things that I believe that helps me and still helping me to actually make my vocabulary, yeah, to broaden my vocabulary, is by reading books. Yeah, so I believe that actually helps like quite a lot. Yeah, of course you need to have time, quiet time for you to stop, get a book and read it. Yeah, so I think those would be the things that helps me very much. And music, of course. Yeah.
You're a fan of music, right? You listen to
Oh,
music in
sure.
English a lot, in German as well.
Yes, not that often, yeah, but I do have some bands that I was listening to even when I was back in Brazil that are German, yeah. And yeah, and funny story, I listened to a band called OK Kid. It's like a rap band here from Germany that do like rap German. And the first month, and when I was working here, there was going to be a concert, and there was like a ticket from a colleague of mine that actually, oh, I have like a spare ticket for this band here, does anyone know? uh, it was funny, and I say, oh, I really know this band because I used to uh, learn their songs to actually learn German and stuff. So we went to the concert together. It was like pretty cool.
And what is the band's name again, please?
It's OK Kid,
Okay,
like it.
Kid.
OK Kid. Yeah,
Oh, okay, Kid. All right.
yeah. It's a Germany rap band.
Do you have a favorite language, or you
Yeah,
just like learning language?
I would say English, English, of course, because in in terms of why do we have language, why do we actually need to learn another language? It's for me, it's basically you have to communicate. Yeah, there's the cultural aspects, of course, but for me, the mainly issue is you learn a language to communicate, right? And English, it's like you can go basically anywhere in the whole world. and you're going to find someone that speaks English. So that for me is like a, a a huge advantage of learning English and knowing language.
I get it. And what about your job? You do a different job in Germany, right? It's not very common, or is very common. It is very common. But would you recommend to a person who wants to live in another country and doing something like you do? Tell me more about your job, please.
So my job today, yeah, I work as a ML engineer in a retail company, and my basically my daily work here is I work along with data scientists, data engineers. I help them to set up the work environment. I help them also trying to figure out issues regarding the technical tools that they are using. And since I am also well versed in this tech area. Yeah, I've worked as many of these roles before. I also tend to jump into discussions and help them to figure out best ways also to do whatever we have to do there. Yeah. But my role here expects me to get actually their predictive models, some things, yeah, that we can create models on, or even the processes, the transformations that we perform to actually have like a product or an output. And since we are talking, I work in a international company, then it also, I need to get this, I need to make it somehow make it run automatically. Yeah, and I have to make sure that we can release it for each and every country that we are in, actually. So several countries, several different continents, several different policies, data protection policies, and it's very challenging. Yeah, it overarches many aspects of the technology. Yeah, but I think that's the charm of it. Yeah. Uh, so basically, you asked me for an advice and someone that wants to work on my field, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first one would be like learning English is like open doors. Like I said, it opened the doors even for me in Germany. Also other countries, yeah, but I chose to come to Germany. And I believe that is the first, yeah, because papers programming would be like easier, yeah, uh, and maybe applying yourself into something that you actually enjoy and like, because basically the technology is ubiquitous today. Technology can be imbued in anything. So if you're a lawyer, if you are a sportsman, whatever you do, you can bring technology to it. So even though you do not like have a bachelor in computer engineering or anything like this, you can come to these, you can migrate to this area and bring in your actual technical knowledge to the technical part of it. Yeah. So yeah, I think that would be it.
Fantastic, man. And you've mentioned the importance of learning English and learning another languages. But first of all, English, of course. It is one of the most important languages in the world if you want to communicate to everyone else, right? And you've mentioned something really important that you did something like an immersion into the languages that you had to learn. Like even your cell phone was programmed in German or in English at a certain point, right? Do you still
Mhm.
use your cell phone in English or in German?
It's probably in German. Yeah, it's far away from here. Yeah, I can't even remember because, as I told you, it's part of immersion. So I think it works out when you don't even remember what your system language is set you. But it's probably in German, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Get it. And today you speak a fluent English and fluent German. Was it easy in the process to learn how to think or how to learn to think only in the target language, or you got some resistance in the very beginning?
At the beginning, it's really hard to actually differentiate like this vocabulary because even the people that actually speak German, yeah, they use these English vocabulary sometimes. They mix the words and some things like this. And you also, while you're learning, your vocabulary is not like vast. So sometimes you wanting to pass a message to the receptor, you just sometimes use the English word and like a second later or so you realize that you used it and so, oh, I used the English word. Nonetheless, you passed he probably understood, yeah. So you can think of this as a resource, like knowing many languages is also broadening your resources to actually communicate with it, which is great, right? I can try to speak in German, but when I lack German resources, I can also speak English. So that that is also something cool if you if you think about it, yeah. Nonetheless, yeah, if you want to speak one language and stuff like this, it's harder to not mix this. And I think it's also related to training, reading also, because when you're reading in one language, it's that language and that's it. Yeah, so that also helps you to set some examples and yeah, broaden your vocabulary. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, so sometimes when you make a mistake or not a mistake, you say a word in German in the middle of a conversation on which you're speaking in English, you say it's kind of a on purpose, right? I did it on purpose. So
Ah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
like with Brazilian people when they say feedback instead of devolutiva, right? In Brazil.
Oh, yeah. I
Does it
think
happen
no
a
one,
lot?
yeah, I think even in German, no one speaks like, I don't even know the word for it, but they do speak feedback as well. So that's one of the things that I said. There are a lot of English words that they just adopted. Yeah. And that's cool.
So that's fantastic. Thank you very much for the recommendations you gave to students. I have a lot of students at the moment. They will be watching this they will be watching this video, and also it's very important to them, so they can see someone speaking a fluent English, that had the same process. You were a student once and today you're living in another country, communicating through the day, or most of the time you speak English, right, in your profession, even though you're in Germany.
All right.
You miss Brazil sometimes, your family and
I miss the weather. I miss my friends. I miss my family, even though most of my family is not in Brazil anymore, but I miss them somewhere else. I miss some restaurants. Yeah, yeah. I miss some things. Yeah, I miss the good things. I do not miss the bad things. But yeah, I miss some things.
oh, thank you very much, man, for this interview, for talking to us. And I hope to see you soon. Right.
All right. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. And yeah, anytime. And I hope to see you soon too.